Hi there, my name is Dr. Christina Tully, and I am a certified animal chiropractor in the great state of Michigan. Um, so I would say my practice's name is Advanced Animal Chiropractic, and both my husband Grant and myself have been running that for almost 10 years now. I would say if you're unfamiliar with the profession, which most people are because animal chiropractic is not super duper common, it's literally the same concept as working on humans, but just being applied to animals. And the way it's done is a lot different. There's none of the gross manipulation. It's very specific. There's no popping, no clicking, no cracking, nothing like that. It's very gentle and it's very underwhelming. And the nice thing about working on animals is that there's no placebo effect. So you either see improvement or you don't fairly quickly. We tell most folks that within 3 visits, you should see some semblance of improvement if you've got a symptomatic animal versus if someone's just coming in for preventative care, then that kind of depends on the age and what's going on with the pet. But our practice sees any range of animals from small to huge. So I've worked on animals as small as a 12-ounce Yorkie. I've worked on squirrels. My husband has worked on steers. We see the bulk of our practice would be dogs, then horses, then cats, and then a couple exotics. We definitely see some bunnies, and I've worked on raccoons, and I'm trying to think anything else crazy other than the squirrel, some guinea pigs, you name it. We've probably worked on most of it when it comes to the smaller guys, and it's super fun. So I would say the most rewarding aspect is we get to see a lot of clients that are kind of on that end of the rope where a lot of, especially with senior animals, that they don't know where else to turn, and it's kind of like we're a last resort. And what's really awesome is getting to see some of these people that were kind of ready to say goodbye to their pets get extra weeks, months, years, whatever it might be, just through chiropractic and natural care on its own. So there's tons of things that can be done complementary, alternative, including joint supplementation. There's even animal acupuncture, which we do for our own pets. So there's so many options, and animal chiropractic is like a burgeoning field that's pretty awesome, and it really just requires a little bit more education on our part, but not a ton of convincing because, like I said, there's no placebo effect when it comes to pets. So I would say the one thing that you really need to be aware of when working on animals is obviously there's a physical threat in some, like, threats maybe not the word, but there's a risk when working on pets, especially with animals that might be a little bit more aggressive or in pain, or especially with horses, it doesn't take much to get kicked. Doesn't happen often, but you have to be pretty aware. But other than that, our job is pretty awesome. We don't have a ton of difficulty. It's more just managing clients, and we work out of, I think we're up to 13 different locations now. We work with veterinarians all across Michigan, and then we work out of a couple different boutique pet stores as well. But we mostly work within veterinary practices, and every state has different laws and regulations on how one can practice. My husband and I are both certified through the International Veterinary Chiropractic Association. There's also the American Veterinary Chiropractic Association, so you've got 2 different options. We both went through human chiropractic school, and then we did further certification through a program called Options for Animals in Kansas, and I believe there are maybe 10 different animal certification programs that are recognized that you can sit for boards for the IVCA or the AVCA. We obviously did the IVCA, and then we came back here and have been practicing ever since. And I would say anybody that's debating taking or starting up a career in chiropractic, especially animal chiropractic, definitely look into it. Look into what your state's rules and regulations are. You can always shadow somebody if there's somebody nearby that does it. We've got a couple different YouTube videos. You can always look at that. But it's a lot of schooling, but it's well worth it. And you just have to be willing to put in the work to really educate people on what you do. And I'd say it's a great career choice for anybody that is going through chiropractic school and maybe isn't the most in love with working on solely humans or something like that. So I knew from the get-go that I just wanted to work on animals, and that's why I went and got a degree in chiropractic in the first place. So anyways, I would say that chiropractic care is a great complement to traditional veterinary medicine. We work hand in hand with a lot of these vets, especially with our senior dogs that we see. A lot of them refer to us, obviously, because there is such a big difference and a notable difference in pets fairly quickly when it comes to chiropractic care. So even if someone doesn't necessarily believe in chiropractic, it's pretty fun to say, well, you don't really need to believe in it because either your animal's going to show change or not. So it's really rewarding, and I don't know honestly what I would tell myself in choosing this career, because it's been the best career. So I would say stick to your guns and go through with it, even when people say you're crazy and that you wouldn't be able to have a practice where you'd only work on animals, because that's what we do. We literally just see pets and animals all day, every day, and it's super rewarding, and I highly recommend it. Hopefully this helps you guys.